And I believe that the producers of the app, what they've done is by putting that £1 barrier is just to ensure that the platform is not abused. That it is only people that serious-minded that really need this service, should be contacting the healthcare professionals so that they are not sending them spam and all that. So that I believe that is the purpose of putting that one barrier. But saying that in terms of engaging the services of the professional themselves, £1 is about 500 naira. So most of the services cost from just about 3,000 naira. To have a doctor to attend to you in the comfort of your home. And we're talking of 3,000 naira, just I don't know, maybe £5 or something less than that. And I mean, anybody that is working, let me put it that way, anybody that is working should be able to afford that type of cost. So just to put it in perspective, that we believe, I mean, from what you've seen, it is a cost that the average Nigerian who is working or who has a family member that is working will be able to pay for.
Every initiative, every innovation comes with its challenges.
Absolutely.
Let me just bring one to the table.
Okay.
I want to really talk about security. I mean, a situation where some funny folks just go online, pose as doctors. Do you have any way you can protect or detect that?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you've actually raised a very good point. From the research we've done generally, when it comes to introducing IT solutions to the public, one of the biggest concerns that people raise has to do with security. Security of, first and foremost, the confidentiality of the information they are sharing with the doctor. That if I create a platform and I put my health information there, or a doctor put the health information of their patients on the platform, how secure is that platform? What happens if there's a data breach? Hacking, what we call hacking. That is crucial. Also, in terms of engaging a professional on the platform, how do I know that the professional I'm engaging is actually verified, is vetted, that they are not impersonators or they are not quacks parading themselves as as doctors or as professionals. Even on the side of the patient too, how do I know that the patient who has booked an appointment with me is actually has good motives, or is a real genuine patient? Exactly. So there are measures in place, to assure that first and foremost, some of these applications that are there, talking about the MMB home care platform as an example, there is no professional that registered on the platform that is not vetted. They have a number of requirements that they need to meet before they can be able to register successfully on the platform. One of them is that they must be registered to practice in Nigeria with their regulatory council.
Okay.
For instance, a nurse to be able to register there must be registered with the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. A doctor needs to be registered with the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. For a physiotherapist, theirs is Medical Rehabilitation Therapy Board. There are different platforms for different councils. So that's the first criteria. Now, the second criteria is that they are not only registered, they also hold a current license to practice. Because for nurses, there's a requirement for them to renew their license every 3 years. For doctors, they have a requirement to renew their license every year. For physiotherapists, they are required to renew their license every year. You understand? So by doing that, there's an assurance in place that it's only people that have current fitness to practice that can register. There are some other security protocols that time might not permit me to go into all the details, just to provide an assurance. But one vital one that I need to mention is that because it's an ICT enabled platform, one of the things that happen is when a user is registering, be it the professional or the patient, their mobile phone number is verified. There's an OTP code that is sent to that number to verify that it is the person that is registering that's actually registering. Secondly, for where a subscription is required, I said there's a 500 naira subscription. Now that is, although that is low, it looks like low, but by paying online, your bank details are being collected. So that we identify, we can have an identity of the person that is providing that service.
You're talking about multiple sources of identification to verify the information given actually tallies.
Exactly. I mean, there's so many those protocols like that.
Let's go for this very quick break. It's a whole baggage of information that we can't exhaust. Talking about it here, but of course, you're doing justice to it thus far. Please, we're coming back to take the last part of the conversation. We're talking health. So please stay with us. to have you back. This is Money Talks. We're not just talking Naira and Kobo here. We're talking about how this Naira and Kobo could bring about a proper way to safeguard people's health through man's creation, technology, through what they call information communications technology. I've got a professional here who I have to mention works in the UK in the health system driven by ICT. Last year they overcame a serious challenge and he was in the thick of it. The hacking of the NHS in the UK. I just wanted to mention that is an health informatics. Now, moving forward now, let's look at the fact that you've got people already working with you. Right. Do you see this initiative really coming to stay in Nigeria? Looking at the fact that we've got challenges here. Okay. We don't need to mention them, we know a whole lot of them.
Absolutely. I mean, my answer is simple, straightforward. Yes, Nigeria can do it. We know they can do it because they're already doing it. I said at the beginning of the show that 10 years ago, 15 years ago, there was nothing called internet banking. 15 years ago, it was not possible to check your wire result online. You know, now this, there was something called Uber. I mean, you know, just some of the applications and solutions we have almost now taken for granted were not in place at all. Now, at the time those applications were introduced, I'm sure there were people that would say, it cannot work in Nigeria, they don't have data, I mean, there's no internet.
Doubt, basically.
You know, doubt, exactly. However, in our very eyes, they say have challenges, but lots of those challenges have been surmounted. Progresses have been made and expansions have been made. However, one of the things I've observed, having studied the Nigerian space, particularly the health space, carefully, is that a lot of these innovations, ICT-driven innovations, have not yet been implemented in the health sector. And health is so crucial. For health, they say, is wealth. Health is the backbone. So if you're doing so many things and you're not investing in the health, so you know we're putting ourselves in a disadvantage. So I saw that there's a gap here, and I said, look, okay, what can be done to plug this gap and block these deficiencies? Now, I know that a number of players are already doing that. And that for me is an encouraging thing, that more and more visionaries, entrepreneurs are thinking that way. Even some at the time that, okay, we're waiting for the government, to do. The reality is that there's a lot that we expect the government to do that, the reality is that they might not necessarily do it. A lot of these initiatives have to come from the private sector, and I believe that as long as the government continues to create an enabling environment, we see more of these ideas and innovations thriving to make health to be more affordable. If I will call them mass affordable, cost-effective, ICT-driven solutions.
Wonderful. I'm glad you mentioned government. I was almost going there.
Okay.
And do you foresee any regulation? We are aware in Nigeria, good initiatives, many times just fall into some, what analysts would say or professionals would say, unnecessary or over-regulation. And then they want to defeat the primary aim. Do you foresee such, or do you